Hey everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful Thanksgiving. What a time to stop and reflect on the year and the things we have to be thankful for. Family's definitely one of those things to be thankful for, and in this episode, it is no exception as we join the dynamic duo of Tim and Brennan Redding down in Texas. And you know what they say, everything's bigger in Texas. And that's no exception for this episode, as this is part one of part two of their special hunt together down in the panhandle of Texas. Let's head down and catch up with the guys.
Man, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Sit for what? About 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah, since the time we pulled in and got set up, been about 15 minutes.
Had a doe work straight from ahead of us to the feeder and realized there's no corn. And I probably walked about 8 yards to the left of the blind and went down the trail wherever.
Hey folks, welcome back to Luck of the Draw TV. Big Red here, sitting in the panhandle of Texas. Got my son Brennan with me. He was just talking about how we haven't even been in here 15 minutes and we already had a doe come out. So already a good sign. We drove around for about an hour and a half earlier today on this property. It's just over 6 square miles of property that hasn't been hunted in 8 years. So we saw one nice really big shooter on the other side of the river. Seen about 5-6 does already. It's 54 degrees, as you might be able to hear. The wind's blowing pretty good. We're in elevated box blinds, which is really nice. Gets us up off the ground. We can see a really long ways, which you'll see throughout the course of the show here. And with our vortex optics and our keen eyesight, hopefully we'll be able to see something coming in from a long distance and be able to get it on the camera for you. Stay tuned. Welcome to Luck of the Draw.
Well, day one comes to a conclusion. Like many of our hunts, there's opportunities, there's things that go right and things that go wrong. Sometimes it's not having the feeder, and sometimes it's that big target buck going the complete opposite direction of where your stand's at. It happens. Thankfully, Tim and Brennan have day two.
Alright, good morning folks. Here we are, day 2, morning number 1 in Canadian Texas. We came out here to a new spot on the other side of the river. There's no trail cameras out here, so there's really no idea of what's out here as far as bucks. We saw one driving around yesterday, pretty good size. So we decided to take a chance, come out here this morning in the same area that we've seen it. We'll be going around today, fielding feeders up. They've been out of corn for about 2.5 days. So hopefully that'll help the deer this afternoon. An uncharacteristic afternoon high today of about 62 degrees. Forecast changed in about 3 days from it being 52, so when you're out here on this high plateau, the weather can change, in 15 minutes. I mean, it could be snowing here in a half hour. So, got a lot of open scenery here, a lot of ground we can glass. It's a pretty cool area so far with the sun coming up over the horizon, so we're just doing some glassing right now, just getting daylight. Stay tuned.
Well, unfortunately, the first morning ends with nothing. However, with a new day comes new opportunities, and this buck is catching some eyes. Unfortunately, he's not the one.
Hey, good morning, LOTD family and friends. Thanks for following with us. We're still here in Texas. Second morning, back in the same plane we were at yesterday morning. Not as cold last night, but we have some cloud cover. We got the feeders filled, which helps. And we've seen about 14 does this morning already. We've got a group of 5 over here to that side. And one of them's pretty good size. We haven't seen a buck yet this morning, but if just mature doe comes out, we're going to take her. We've got about a day and a half, maybe 2 at the most, if we get some leniency from back home to stay an extra day. But we need to shoot a nice mature doe this morning if she gives us a shot, unless the buck comes out first. So Stay tuned, stick around. Hopefully you'll see something special.
People say patience is a virtue and to lead by example. Well, Tim definitely set the right example for Brennan by being patient and waiting for the right deer. At long last, that buck is here.
I got him. I think he went down.
Brennan's patience pays off as he's able to wait for that buck to hit a clearing for him to take a nice shot. And then what's he do? Well, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, gives the rifle over to Tim, and Tim does some damage and some property management on a nice mature doe.
I think you're on.
It's an easy track job. All right, folks. Well, hopefully we got some good footage there. And Zach, do your best at editing all this for us. Talked about getting on some doe patrol and doing what we could. And we were kind of watching the does that we've been seeing for, God, almost an hour now. Still no deer coming into the feeder full of corn, which is weird. They get to a certain point, they're smelling it, but then they're just not coming in. So there's not a lot of wind, if any. We got all our windows protecting our scent, and I looked over, and all of a sudden, all I saw was rack. And we'd seen a little busted up 8-point here yesterday morning, but this guy was definitely the shooter that we had seen the other day. So Brennan, great shot. Hopefully you see on camera he's got the really big hind kick, and last time we saw he ran about 30 yards, and we saw the tail and didn't see him running anywhere else. Now there is some thick brush out that way that we might not be able to see through or over, but we're very confident they had a good shot there. The does didn't go anywhere, so Brennan quickly put the gun down, grabbed the camera. I grabbed my gun because, you know, being a novice hunter of 45 years old, I dropped my gun in this blind yesterday morning from about 2 feet up and was worried that it might not have been on. So Brendan was here to hunt first, so I wasn't worried about going to the range to shoot it. And so doe came out and we did a little property management. So I was able to harvest a doe, give that to somebody here local, help them out with their food and their family, and help them stay nourished through the winter coming up. So that'll go to good use. So we're gonna sit here a little bit longer. The does are actually starting to come back. This property has not been hunted in 8 years, so we don't know what's out here. We don't know how many are out here. We know there's wolves, well, coyote wolves. We call them coy wolves. Brennan's hand's shaking a little bit. The adrenaline's wearing off. Bucks could be anywhere from 120 to 170. We have no idea. But there are some really nice pigs out here, so we're hoping to maybe get on some of those this afternoon, early evening, or possibly have a chance at another buck. The wonderful thing about a Texas tag is you get 3 buck tags, so we could potentially shoot 2 more. So, hey, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Old Indian Tricks, Vortex Optics. With this country out here, you don't have good glasses like this. Oh my gosh. I was ranging deer with this thing, 455 yards, and it was crystal clear, immediate readings. I'm telling you, Vortex Optics is the way to go, especially if you're in a big open country like we're at. You can see a long way. I have my scope on my 270 here. Look at this bad boy. That's a beautiful thing right there. So, didn't get to use the distance on it too much, as the doe I shot was probably about 65 yards away, but crystal clear, could see where I wanted to shoot, no blurriness. So Vortex Optics is amazing, and all our other sponsors too.
Right there. Nice buck.
It's an honor to be out here. It's like the name of the company. It's luck of the draw. You don't really know what you're going to see. I mean, heard of big bucks being out here, a lot of does, pigs, whatnot. It's such a blessing, honestly, being able to get out here. Being in college, it's hard to get out and hunt as much as I used to. So, big thank you to Donnie Anderson and our friends that allowed us to hunt this private property. And also a big thank you to our sponsors, Vortex Optics. Wouldn't have been able to, have a good look at him without him.
Well, I think it goes without saying that no matter how old you get, your relationship with your kids is so important. And being a hunting dad myself and have taken my kids out and watching Zai shoot 3 deer, it's been an amazing thing and something that I'm sure Tim and Brennan will never forget. What an awesome experience. Make sure you like and subscribe because part 2 is coming out. And if you like the deer on this episode, you'll definitely like the deer in part 2. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving, and we are thankful for you and all your support over the past few years. Don't forget, like I said, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in part 2.